guys, so today I'm here to do the Intimidating TBR Book Tag. I actually did this tag like 2 years ago because like I just wanted to talk about it in my TBR because it was crazy back then. It's double the amount of crazy now. And I have read all but 2 of the options that I picked when I did the video 2 years ago, and I'll link it down below if you want to watch it, but it's really bad quality. It looks really bad, it's dark, it's crap. But the reason I'm doing this tag today is I recently saw Bex and Books upload this tag and it just reminded me of this tag, and I was like, I'm gonna do it again because I just want to talk about my Intimidating TBR, and there's a lot of books on it that I'm kind of scared to read, and then I don't know what to read and it just gets a bit overwhelming, so I'm excited to get into it. So question number 1 is a book on your TBR that you haven't finished, and I wonder if you guys are going to know what this book is, but it is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I started this book in December last year. This is how far I've gotten into the book. I have had this sitting there for months and months looking at me to read. I'm only 147 pages in, but that's hardly anything for 147 pages. But the thing with Outlander is I like it, but the writing is really tiny, and I felt like every page I read took me 5 minutes to get through. And like, I do like the story. I have watched the first season of the TV show, but like because of the ending I just haven't continued because I'm a bit sad and I feel like I need to catch up with the book, but I just haven't. I just have not finished it. But I do like the characters, I do like the story, but it's just a bit slow and a bit hard to get through, and that's why I haven't finished it. Question number 2 is just a book you haven't had time to read, and that is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I really want to read this book. It has such an interesting concept, and this book takes place over 1,000 years with 2 perspectives and like 2 different queens, and just so many people are reading it and really enjoying it, and I really want to read this, and this is a recent purchase for me and just one that I really want to read, and I just have not had the time for because I'm trying to reread books, trying to do book club picks, and a few readathons coming up that are going to stop me from reading this as well, but I just want to read it. Okay, question number 3 is a book you haven't read yet because it's a sequel, and I bet you can guess what this book is going to be as well, but Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I just haven't picked up the sequel. I read the first book at the start of last year. It was my first read and my like absolute favorite of the year. I just haven't had the courage to go into this book. The ending of that book really did scar me, and it's actually really upsetting, and I've gotten to the point now where I think I need to reread the first book to really fully understand what I'm going into, because like I remember things but like not everything, and like I just want Laini Taylor's writing again, but I've had these sequels for so long, and again I don't really have time to read them at the moment because there's so many other things I gotta read, but I really need to read it. Question number 4 is a book you haven't read yet because it's brand new, and I'm going to say 1,000 Perfect Notes by C.G. Drews. It actually took me a little while to buy this book, so that's the reason why I didn't read it, and then I got it and now I don't have time, and it's a new release that I really want to read, but I just haven't read it yet, and it's really annoying to me. Like, I buy books, like it's honestly the worst now because I'll just buy books and they'll sit there for like a year at least because I have to read all the other books that I have, then I can finally get to them, and then new books keep coming, and it's just like it's a bad cycle. Question number 5 is a book by an author that you've previously read but you didn't enjoy that book, so you're scared to read like another book by this author because you don't know how you're gonna feel. And the last time I did this tag I had no idea, but this year I kind of do, and I'm gonna say The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken because I read The Passenger duology and I didn't really enjoy it. Like, I was so excited for Passenger, but it just wasn't what I wanted. It was boring, it was long, and I just didn't enjoy it. But this is the Biblio Squad's book pick of the month, and also the movie's coming out, so this is a dystopian that I feel like I'm going to enjoy, but I'm kind of scared because I didn't like Passenger, and that's a lesser series from her, and this is her most popular, and I don't know how to feel. Question number 6 is a book on your TBR that you're just not in the mood for, and I'm going to say Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. I loved Wonder Woman, and I bought this at the start of the year, and I haven't read it. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, nah. I need to read it because it's an anticipated read. Like, I'm not going to get through them all. Like, I do know this, but I want to try and read what I can, and this is only 250 pages long, and I just haven't had the will or the need to, and I got the pretty book, and I can't even. I have to read this before I read Catwoman, so it's a bit confusing and it's a bit hard. Question number 7 is a book you haven't read yet because it's enormous, and I think everyone picks this book every single time that this tag is done, a video about enormous books. It seems to be the book that's on every single person's TBR because it's so massive, but it's The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I bought this about 3 years ago and I still haven't read it because, like, damn, like, how many pages is it actually? I don't even know, like 650. Oh my god. I can't even get through Warstorm, it's the exact same amount of pages, but this is a new story, but like, this is one that I'm gonna have to read when I have like hardly anything on my TBR, I think. Like, it's good to own it, but I'm just not in the mood for this, and it's too massive and too scary. The question number 8 is a book you bought because of the cover, but then you saw that there weren't really great reviews for it, and I'm gonna say Ink by Alice Broadwin. Like, this cover is gorgeous and it's reflective. I was so excited for this book, but then a lot of people have said the story wasn't taken far enough and it wasn't really great and it was a bit slow, and like, I'm scared. Like, I still want to read it, but like, I mean, the book only says the truth will get under your skin. Like, it doesn't really give you much, but like, it's gorgeous. Like, this person is very lucky to have such a gorgeous book, but I don't know, I'll pick it up eventually. Question number 9 is the book on my TBR I find the most intimidating. I'm just gonna have to say Outlander and Like a Dragonfly and Amber and Voyager, because I bought the first 3 and I'm not gonna buy any more until I read the first 3. And I had the first 3 seasons, so I don't know, I'm just so intimidated by this. Like, everyone talks about this book, and especially Sasha from A Book Utopia. She's the person that made me want to read Outlander, and yeah, I can't. Like, it's just too daunting. Like, every time I'm like, if I just read a couple of pages here and there, I'll get through it, but I like never do. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this tag. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!